Hey fans, it's me for a comic show 2017, the first Wednesday of the new year, and it was awesome. DC Comics is firing on all cylinders. I'm loving it. I'm loving Rebirth. I'm loving everything they're doing. And this week, just reading several of the titles back to back to back, I was just giddy. I was just like I was young again. I like when I read comics before I even owned a store and had to worry about all the ways they sold and such. It was just pure fun. And this week, Superman Volume 1, the Rebirth Tomasi Gleason book, is out in collection, and an issue of Superman's out. This collection, or this title, was on a lot of the top lists of 2016, which is surprising for the standard Superman. But it was a great book. I like him being a patriarch. I like him being a father. I like him having a kid and being a friggin' farmer. It's like everything about Superman is cool. It's like, okay, so he's this kind of like mansplaining, super-powered, flying, handsome prince white dude. And it's like, oh yeah, well, now he's a dad. So, now he's shit. Now he's shit on constantly because he has a son that he has to worry about and take care of. And his son has powers, and let's go. Here's the issue this week. Issue 14, Superman Multiplicity. This book rocked. This is all these Supermen from the multiverse. Someone is targeting them and taking them and either killing them, prisoning them, taking their powers, doing something. Is it Mr. Oz? Is Dr. Manhattan behind it? Probably. I mean, come on, these are Supermen. But it opens with Red Sun Superman, and he's like, come with me if you want to live or something. And he's there, and then, he falls down. And then Justice Incarnate comes from Grant Morrison's Multiplicity, and then shit hits the fan, and it's awesome. It has a great ending that I was like, oh! That I'm not going to spoil, obviously, but I love this issue. I love that book. It's awesome. Even if you haven't been reading that book, you could pick up this part 1 of Multiplicity and get in on it. If you like it a lot, then just grab volume 1 and get the backstory and fill in some of the issues if you feel like it. Moving on, Justice League vs. Suicide Squad. This is the book that I wasn't that excited about when it was announced. I like Joshua Williamson a lot. I really like him. I like his personality. I like him as a person. I like his indie work. I like his Flash. But I wasn't really sold on the idea of Justice League versus Suicide Squad. Justice League hadn't been all that much fun with Rebirth. I loved it with Jeff Johns. And Suicide Squad, it's a lot of movie tie and stuff. It's a lot like, oh, let's push Suicide Squad. Let's push Suicide Squad. The book was great. It was funny. It was witty. It made sense. It was exciting. It had cool cliffhangers. And it had my guy, Maxwell Lord, who was in the first issue. It was in all different promotional stuff, so that's not a spoiler. And plus, he's on the cover of this issue of Justice League, which is a tie-in. Justice League 12 ties in. It happens before Justice League Suicide Squad #1. And it's the story of Maxwell Lord in the new Rebirth world. What is his backstory? What is his history? How is he there? What's his connection with Waller? Is he still Checkmate? Did some of his past still happen? And some of it can't have happened because, some of this stuff didn't happen. But, this Superman remembers it. Pepperidge Farm remembers. So, Superman from Flashpoint's like, Maxwell Lord, da, 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 da. Okay, so anyway, it's great. I love Maxwell Lord. I hated that one part where he shot my favorite guy in the head, but that's no longer in continuity, and Ted Kord's back. Swear to God, DC, if you have Maxwell Lord shoot Ted Kord in the head again, I'm out. I am out. I go to Burbank, and there'll be some words, and there'll probably be fists thrown. But this issue was amazing, and I liked how it filled in, how Maxwell Lord set up, knowing about those big-name villains, freeing those big-name villains. How did that happen? What's his connection? And Suicide Squad Justice League 3 is out this week too because it's a weekly freaking book, which is awesome when the book is so much fun and so well received and has momentum. To come out weekly with momentum is awesome. And I'm down. It's a kind of a classic structure of, they fight, this happens, they team up, they go after a bigger bad threat, and I'm fine with that because it's been so much fun getting there. And the dialogue is great. There's jokes. It makes sense. It's smart. I'm loving it. And then finally, there's a tie-in that's kind of a tie-in. It's Justice League of America Atom Rebirth. It's a one-shot. And there's these Rebirth one-shots that aren't going into ongoing series or miniseries, but are going into Justice League of America #1. And Justice League of America #1 is going to spin out of the end of Justice League Suicide Squad. And no, this doesn't spoil anything. It's not like Marvel when the books are already going ahead of the end of the series. No, it is just backstory on Atom, Ryan Choi Atom, and Ray Palmer Atom, and what their relationship is, what the Atom is in this Rebirth universe. And another Atom is also in here by name, like I know, and you would know if you were a old school Suicide Squad fan, but this was a great one-shot. I enjoyed it, and I'm excited about more to come. Fall and Rise of Captain Atom, this book was weird. It was weird, dude. I've always liked Captain Atom because I've always liked the Justice League International and Justice League Europe. I've always had a soft spot for him. I like that he was, Dr. Manhattan was based on him, and I thought, and this might still be the case, that something with Dr. Manhattan being the big bad in Rebirth had to do with taking him out or taking him out of play or something to do with him. It's weird, it jumps around in time, and I don't know. I liked the issue, but it's definitely weird, and I definitely can't tell you if it is going to tie in any way to Rebirth because I don't know from the first issue. So, but if you are a Captain Atom fan, it has all the pieces of, the quantum leapy stuff with Captain Atom and Kansas and exploding and, all that stuff. Kingdom Come. But Cyborg says booyah once. It's kind of weird, but it was a fun issue. Batman 14, Rooftops Part 1. It's a two-part thing of before Catwoman goes to jail, life without parole. Batman and her have a night together, and it was everything I wanted it to be. I laughed out loud. It was touching at moments. It was sparkly, and it was a great Catwoman story, a great Batman story, a great romance story, and it's part 1 of 2. This issue is all good. Maybe next issue stuff falls apart, but I thoroughly enjoyed that, the Rooftops Catwoman Batman relationship. And then Harley Quinn #11, part 1, Joker loves Harley. Joker's back in her life, trying to insinuate himself into her life now, and see what happens. She's changed a lot, she's grown, and I don't think that Connor and Palmiani are going to actually have them back together, but why not have a story arc, because that's cool. Moving on to Marvel. U.S.Avengers or U.S.Avengers, #1 is out. This is the book that had all those different covers for the different states, the 50 different states and all that. We got some of the Florida ones because it's Ant-Man and we're in Florida, but we didn't get all of the states because, yeah, whatever. It's Al Ewing, who I like on the Ultimates, and ultimately this first issue was all set up pretty much, but the team is just weird enough for it to get my attention and for me to want to read more. I've always loved Cannonball. Sunspot's cool from the Mutants and all that. There's a Red Hulk with the mustache, which that's great. I like the look with the mustache. And there's some other characters that are introduced or reintroduced in this issue, and so they have to do a lot of heavy lifting with, hey, here's all the characters in this team before things move on to basically an analogy for Trump being president with the skullocracy, with the skull. So if that does anything for you, cool. And there's not that many books out this week for Marvel, so check it out. We'll have it on some type of discount. But Unstoppable Wasp is out. If you liked her character from the Avengers book that Wade is writing, it's spinning out here. And a good writer who has done other indie stuff with female characters. And, it was a fun book. Champions #4, Wade's killing it on this book. I like it better than Teen Titans. And next issue is going to be Gwenpool. Okay, why not? Just throw Gwenpool in there, whatever. But Cyclops has been good on this team. I've liked the angst that he's provided. I've actually liked Nova on the team. I've actually liked Hulk on this team, the new Hulk, the totally awesome Hulk. It's been a fun book. I like that they're tackling real world issues, things that young people, I remember back when I was a teenager and I thought I had the answers to all life's problems, I was like, democratic socialism, but, it is what it is. But I think Wade is hitting all the right points, and I'm enjoying seeing a team take on threats, villains, issues differently. So it's not just like shorter Avengers, you know, it's actually has its own purpose. Moon Knight has a new story arc out now. Jeff Lemire is just going crazy on this book. This issue with Mark Spector as a kid just really got to me. It's a new story arc. If you haven't been reading this and been on the fence, seriously go for it. It's great. It's one of Marvel's best books. And this issue just threw me for a loop. And the book actually does loop around. You turn it around like Lemire's want to do in a lot of his work. Moving on, there's a free Marvel preview again this week with a bunch of books that are coming out in the next month. And Han Solo Collected's out. Marjorie Liu, who does Monstrous. It's a standalone Han Solo. It was great, well received. Walking Dead, the finale of Whisper War, part 6 of 6 is out. That Negan cover, and I'm not spoiling anything in this book. And Saga is out for Reels. Like last week it was out for Play, and it had this cover, which was like darker. And now, to preserve the artistic integrity, it came out lighter. Now, admittedly, the lighter one is much better. And if I was the artist, you know, if I was Fiona Staples, I'd be like, yo, why'd you make my stuff all dark? I did this, and it's great, and you covered up all my stuff. So we kind of have both. They told us to destroy one, but, you know, we read it, and it was great issue. And then we got this again this week for free. So awesome. Thanks, Image. You guys are great. Love Image. But holy crap, DC. You're on fire. Rebirth is great. Marvel, seriously, just swallow your pride and copy DC. You know, you already own Heroes Reborn, and Reborn's like Rebirth. Just do Marvel Reborn and get all like the characters that are no longer in their mantles back in their mantles as the core of the book. You know, Thor's Thor, Steve Cap, not Hydra Cap, bring Tony back, and you know, bring back Bruce Banner, make Clint the Hawkeye book, just heroes, Marvel Heroes Reborn, and just copy DC. You can still do all the awesome new stuff you're doing that I also like, but you know, it's all about branding, marketing, and vision, and having those core books. Just do it, man. Like, it's weird. It feels weird. It feels weird for DC to be getting all the buzz and Marvel kind of like off to the side when their movies are so damn good. But anyway, DC won the week this week, hands down. I felt like a little DC fanboy again. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.